Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure, I'm heading out, possibly the last time for a long while. I'm heading out onto Lowe's Lower Dam, onto the Bog River, up to Hitchens Pond, and then after that a little special trip. And I'll tell you why this is going to be the last trip for me on this Bog River for a while. Follow along. Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. That over here is Lowe's Lower Dam. This is the Bog River that I'm on. The reason I said this would be my last paddle for a while on the Bog River, or this section anyways, is that dam right there. Starting next year, they're going to start rebuilding that dam. So they're going to remove the dam, build a new one. And I've been told that this area is going to be, by a reliable source in the DEC, that this launch area is going to be closed for the next 3 years at least. And the Bog River is going to be at extremely low levels in this section, which means that Hitchens Pond, where this Bog River goes to, will also be low. So I'm going to head out and do my last paddle on this, head up to the upper dam. It's been a while since I've done it, but I've done it several times. So let's go. So I've always found this paddle from the lower dam up to the upper dam a very peaceful paddle. The water is lower now than it used to be because they, a few years back, well, quite a few years now, it's been about 10 years, they redid the upper dam. And it might not have been 10 years yet. It's been pretty close to 10 years. And that was about a 3-year project there for them. So a couple years ago, they found a hole in the lower dam here, and they had to do an emergency lowering of the water to inspect the dam. And they, I think, put on a temporary repair, but the water level has not, since then, has not returned back to its normal level. This is, I'm going to say, about 18 inches lower than it normally is. But I've always found this paddle to be, this is a great paddle in my early channel days. I've done this paddle a couple times. I've stayed up here on Hitchens Pond. There's, from the lower dam to the upper dam, there are 8 campsites. And I've stayed on 1, 2, 3 of them. 6, 7, and 8. I've stayed on. I visited, I stopped at almost all of them and just walked around them, took a look at them. But this is always been a good paddle for me. I haven't done it in a few years. It's just, you know, one of those things, but it's a very popular paddle. There has to be about 60 vehicles lining the road. Must be I got the luck of the draw, because I met a vehicle coming out, and I'm like, and I told myself, how lucky would I be if that vehicle just left the main parking area? So I drove down the main parking area, and sure enough, there was an empty spot. So it's been a good couple of days. This is beginning of August. This is August 10th. Well, I guess we're into the month now a little bit. But Thursday night, the week has been going not good at all. At work, we've had a little bit of turmoil at work, but worked through it. And we've at home, I've had some things breaking. My pool pump quit on me. We had an issue with our kitchen faucet, so I spent Thursday running all around, dropped $600 in parts for the pool pump and the kitchen sink, and it was just a frustrating day. But Thursday night, my Bills opened the season against the Rams with a convincing win, and ever since then, life has been good. Normally on Thursdays, if you try to come up here to Horseshoe to get a site, it ain't happening. I came up here Friday morning and my site number 2, was open, and I couldn't believe it. All the other sites except for site 6 had people on it. But I snagged site 2, got my camper all set up, and spent the day yesterday just tinkering around the camper. And today I wanted to do my last paddle here on the Bog River for a few years. And like I said, the luck of the draw, getting that parking spot in the main parking area. So yeah, things have been going good the last couple of days. My luck has been good. Alright folks, and as a bonus on this video, I'm going to take a hike up over to the overlook. Good thing I brought my hiking shoes, because this might be the last time for 2 or 3 years I can get up here. So let's go. Alright, I am on the trail to Hitchens Pond Overlook. I have seen a lot of pictures taken from up here. I have never done it. Of all the times I've been up here and camped up here in Hitchens Pond, I've never hiked up here to the overlook. So today is a combination paddle, 3.2 miles from the lower dam to the upper dam, and then 1.1 miles to the overlook, 1.1 miles down, 3.2 miles paddle back. It's a full day. So I think we found it. The overlook. Let's walk out to it. Howdy. Yeah, it's hard to believe of all the years that I came up here, I have never come up here to the overlook. Of course, for a few years there, 2 or 3 years, I had a bad foot. But I've camped. This is Hitchens Pond right down here, and I've camped on there. Never came up here. Of course, the times that I was camping down there, they were working on this upper dam, putting in a new upper dam. But that's the Bog River there, and that takes you right up to Lowe's Lake, which is that way. But it is a gorgeous day up here. I pretty much have the place all to myself. There was a group that came up here with me. They're all in their 20s. 2 of them backed out before we even got up here. The ones that we made it up here, they came up here, looked, turned around, and walked back down. Didn't even have to take time to soak it in, but nice. So it is about 83, 84 degrees today. The humidity is not too bad. I am sweating, as you can tell, but freaking awesome. I went and found the plaque that is up here. Here's a picture of it. Augustus Lowe. I think that was Augustus Lowe's son that the plaque is for up here. I don't think it's for Augustus Lowe, the man that made Horseshoe Village and put the dams in, and they got the lake named after him, Lowe's Lake. But yes, I'm going to grab some water and then I'm going to take my hike down, but I'm going to soak this in for a little bit. This guy here has been paddling right with me, coming down from the upper dam. He's just paddling along next to me. This dude's paddling right next to me. We've been going at it now for about, I don't know, 200 yards now. He's just kind of paddling there next to me. What's your name? Huh? You're a pretty good guy, aren't you? Really? Yeah, he's still paddling there next to me. We've been going on now for about 300 yards and he's still right here next to me. All right, as we end out today, the sun is behind me. And when I left this morning, the sun was behind me that way. But what a day. Paddled, a little over 6.5 miles, or about 6.5 miles total. And then we hiked the overlook, which was another 2.2 miles. And the day is now coming to an end. This is my final paddle, as I told you in the beginning, on the Bog River, because they're going to tear this dam out ahead. I don't know what to expect. Maybe the water levels aren't going to drop as far as I think they're going to drop. But I'm under the impression that the water levels are going to be way down. We're not going to be able to paddle this. And anyways, this launch area that where I put in is going to be closed for the next 3 years anyways, while they do work on the dam. So maybe it won't be as bad as I think it's going to be, but I think the water levels right now are down 18 inches, at least 18 inches. I'm going to say the water level is going to go down even more, which in some of the areas, the old coffer dam, that's not going to be passable there. You're going to have to get out and carry your kayak over it. But another day in the books here in Adirondacks, and I'm going to load up my truck because the end of the trail is right up here. Go back to the camper. A nice hot shower is going to be good tonight, and find my next adventure. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.